my channel. My name is Becca and welcome to a pregnancy update. I think I've only done one real pregnancy update and it was at the end of my first trimester. I feel like doing them weekly would be kind of pointless because I don't have a very exciting pregnancy in my opinion, but I figured since I crossed over that 20-week halfway mark, I would do a little update just to share what's been going on throughout my second trimester so far, and then maybe I'll do another one at the end of my second trimester, and then of course at the end of my third. But I'm basically just going to talk about different symptoms and events that have been happening in my second trimester of pregnancy and just kind of share what's been going on. Be sure to check out my pregnancy playlist down below. I do a lot of different pregnancy and baby related videos right now through my pregnancy. If you don't know, I am pregnant with a little boy. I am 21 weeks and 2 days when I film this video. I think it's going to go up right around 22 weeks though. I'll put it on the screen if I remember. But let's get right into this. So first off, I'm just gonna share some symptoms I've been feeling. In general, I have still had a lot of fatigue. It is not as bad as the first trimester because in the first trimester, the fatigue was a lot worse because I also had some nausea. I didn't have morning sickness, but I was generally nauseous and I think that made it worse, but I've definitely still had a lot of fatigue in my second trimester. I have tried as hard as I can to just stay active and to get out of the house and do stuff, of course, but I'm definitely taking a lot more rest time. I'm sleeping later, I'm sleeping a lot more, and then spending a lot more time taking breaks in bed throughout the day, but I'm just making sure that I'm staying as active as I can outside of that, trying to do something every day. That way I'm not just sleeping all day every day, but I have had a lot of fatigue for sure still. Another one I wrote down is round ligament pain. This is really common in pregnancy, especially as your uterus is obviously expanding. So a lot of people get a lot of different just kind of maybe period-like cramps, or some people it's a sharp pain. I know it can come in a lot of shapes and forms, but just getting some cramping pain on the stomach area, it's nothing to worry about. I definitely notice it when I kind of stretch the wrong way, or if I do something a little too quickly, I definitely get some pain. It's not that bad, but it's something I've written down just because I've definitely been experiencing it since my bump has popped out. I also have had some back and hip pain. Again, it's not that bad. I get a little bit of lower back pain and usually I get it more. I still go to the gym and try to do some weight training a couple of days a week when I can. I'm doing it super light compared to before pregnancy, but I do notice that sometimes with that I'll get a little bit of lower back pain, which I don't know if that's just soreness or, because I would get sore doing a back workout obviously, but it gets sore. I don't know. And I did have a little bit of hip pain the other night as well, sleeping on one side. I don't have a pregnancy pillow yet. I am going to get one for sure. But I slept on one side and then when I switched to the other, I had a lot of pain on the side that I was sleeping on. So I think it's just kind of I'm gonna have to find that balance of turning over a lot at night because being on one side definitely makes it sore. And lastly, I have kind of a mixed symptom. I've had a little bit of insomnia. Just a hard time falling asleep and staying asleep, but I think it's really centered around the fact that I'm peeing every 5 minutes. I can go pee on command anytime ever. I'm peeing a lot during the day for sure because I noticed that because I'll go out to the store and I have to use public bathrooms all the time because every store I go to, I'm like, I have to pee again, which is horrible because I hate public bathrooms or restaurant bathrooms or anything like that, but I have to do that. And then at night, it gets really bad some nights. I try to not really drink at night, but I think that it's just a thing with the pressure on the bladder as well as the hormones and stuff. I can't really do much about it, but I am peeing every 5 minutes. So some nights I'm waking up every half hour, sometimes every hour. A lot of times I get up 4 times to pee before I even fall asleep for the first time. So just not great quality sleep right now, which is okay because I can still sleep in and I can rest during the day, but it's definitely, I think, contributing to how tired I am as well. All right, so we have a couple of different things just to share that have been going on in the past couple of weeks. So I think my first trimester update was through maybe week 13. So after that, I have written down at 16 weeks, we did our gender reveal party. We had done a sneak peek blood test at 10 weeks. And we also did a confirmation ultrasound at 14 weeks where they gave my mom like the envelope kind of thing. So we did our gender reveal though at 16 weeks. We had a couple of family and friends over just to do something fun for it. It's my mom's first grandkid, so she really wants to do like every single party possible. So we did that. Did a little like popping a balloon reveal, and obviously we are having a boy for our first baby. Then I really wasn't feeling any movement specifically, really at all, that I thought was movement. But then suddenly at 18 weeks, I started feeling a lot of movement. I think it was at 18 plus 3. When I would lay flat on my back, I just started feeling a lot of movement at night. So when I put my hand over my stomach, I could actually feel those kicks and movements like on my hand, like at the surface of my stomach. So it was definitely weird because I know that that can be considered early for a lot of people to be able to really feel stuff like that, like on the surface of your body. But I could. So it kind of went to feeling nothing to like feeling a lot really quickly. And then at the 20-week mark, I started deciding to like pull my shirt up and look at my stomach when I was getting movements. And I could actually see the kicks like moving my stomach. And I did catch a couple on video. I showed people, I'm not crazy. So I know that that's also considered early a lot of the time, but around 20 weeks was when I started being able to literally see my stomach move with the kicks. And some of them are really hard. Like some of them like kind of like freak me out for a second when I feel them because they're hard already. And then from week 19 to 20, we actually went on a cruise. I was really scared that it would make me seasick because, I don't know, I felt like being pregnant, maybe I would be more prone to that, and everything was great. I definitely had to rest a lot more often. I got really worn out like pretty easily, but outside of that, everything was perfectly normal and good that entire week-long vacation, which was so nice. And it was really fun because it kind of got me through that last week to get to the halfway point. So it was definitely much needed. Then the last thing I have to update on is at 21 weeks and 1 day. So yesterday when I'm filming this video, but probably about a week ago when this video goes up, we had our anatomy scan. So we went in for the anatomy scan, and basically, they told me that everything looks perfect so far. I'm not having any weird symptoms to worry about, and the baby looks completely normal at this point. So everything there is all good. They said that his measurements right now put him about maybe 15 ounces, which I don't know how accurate it is, but that would put him in the 55th percentile according to them right now. I don't know how much that's gonna change throughout pregnancy. I'm really scared because my husband comes from a big baby family where I was a very small baby, so I have no idea what this is gonna end up like. But they kept my due date the same. It's still August 25th. I was 21 weeks and 1 day at the appointment, and I was measuring 21 weeks and 4 days. So I was only measuring 3 days ahead based on that ultrasound, and I don't think they change your due date unless you're measuring at least a week ahead. And I don't know when I'll have another ultrasound. I think you might get one like towards the very end as they start checking size and stuff before birth, but pretty much I'm pretty sure my due date's gonna stay the same unless he gets really, really big at the end of my pregnancy. I'm sure they might look at it then, of course, but everything was perfect and normal. The baby is perfectly average and normal as of now. So all of that is all good. And that pretty much brings me to this point where I am, which is at 21 weeks, which is like, I guess kind of halfway through my second trimester. I haven't had a miserable pregnancy, so I'm very lucky for that. I'm gonna do a little belly shot here quickly, and we are gonna end this video. So definitely subscribe if you wanna see more pregnancy to baby style videos. Check out that playlist that I shared down below to see my other ones so you can catch up, and I will see you guys in my next video. So this is what my stomach looks like right now. I do have a bump, but it's not too crazy. This is my 21 and 2-day bump, and that's where my belly button ring was. I didn't want to keep one in, so that's what that is, but that is from the front, and then we have from the side. Front.